everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sonia and I'd really love it if you could subscribe. So today we're going to be doing a video that I've seen doing the rounds and I have really thought about what I would choose, and it is like Holygrail products, but I'm also going to mix in the, if I wasn't a YouTuber, which I'm not, but if I could only have like one thing from each category in a makeup bag, what would I choose? Now, if you know me, I love makeup. I have a set of Alex 5 drawers, which is pretty much getting full. But I really sat and thought about what I could choose, what is, if I could only have that stuff, what would I be really happy with? And I have curated products from each section. Now, what I will say is in some sections there are 2 products. I'll kind of speak about that when we go through it, but should we just get started? So let's start off with primer. Now this is a category that I have 2 in, and the reason I have 2 in it is because I like to use them in conjunction with each other. I think it just gives a really beautiful look. What I'm going to do for each of the products is I will put a price on the screen of how much it is, and then at the end what we'll do is we'll kind of tally up how much everything would be in my makeup bag. I don't even know if I want to know, but we're going to do it anyway. So, starting off, the first primer we're going to talk about is the Brightening Youth Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. Also, let's not talk about the nails, I need to redo them. But this is the first product. I absolutely love this product. I got it in a sample, which was in my August empties that I finished, and I just absolutely fell in love with this product so much I bought it full price. This is a little bit pricey, but I have yet to find anything on the market that I think works as well as this. It really does just give you a lit from within look, and it says it has anti-aging properties in it, which I'm not getting any younger if I'm being totally honest, so I'm all about that anti-aging stuff. Like I said, this is a really nice product, and this is the one thing that I will always keep buying because I just think it's worth it and gives such a beautiful glow. So that is the first product. And then what I do is I mix it in with another primer, which is another Radiant primer, because you know, it's all about the glow. Choose the Radiant Boost by Kiko. Now with Kiko, I don't even know whether they sell this anymore. I really hope they do, because Kiko just seems to get rid of products. I'm actually here on it, so I'll be finishing this up soon. I'll definitely be getting another one if Kiko still sells it. But this, in conjunction with this, just adds just like a next level glow. And this one's a little bit more orangey compared to this one, which comes out more like a pearl. But together they are like the best set of primers I think I've ever used. I just love these. So that would be the 2 things I would choose for primer. You could also just use this by itself or use this by itself. So to me, those would be my 2 primer picks. For foundation, let's talk about foundation. Now, if you know me, you know for a fact which foundation I'm going to be choosing for this, just because I always talk about it, I rant and rave about it, and it is just literally so decent priced. It's from the high street, the drugstore. And we're going to be talking about the Rimmel Lasting Radiance. I absolutely love this foundation. It does have glitter particles in it, but when you put it on the face, you don't look like you're drenched in glitter. This just sits so beautifully on my skin. It's not drying, which is perfect for me. This is also like my going out foundation, so when I do go out, I'll apply a layer of this, and then if I want a little bit more, I'll apply another layer, and it sits beautifully. It's not cakey. This retails, I think, for like either £9.99, £10.99. Like I said, I'm going to put it on the screen. Oh my god. Firm favourite. Will always repurchase this, and I don't know if you can see, but I'm getting pretty close to finishing this, and I will be 100% repurchasing that. Worth noting with this, now I'm going to use stuff that is in my collection. Now I do have other things that I've used up that I would also like, which I will mention, but I'm just using the stuff I've got in my collection at this moment in time. But even for foundation anyway, top pick every single time. The primer, let's just kind of rewind. The primer, I do love the Smashbox Primerizer, but to me, this combination is just so much better than that. So I stick with that, and I stick with the foundation. Now when it comes to concealer, in my collection at the moment, my favourite has to be the Rimmel Lasting Radiance concealer. Of course, this works really well with the foundation because it's in the same line. I just think this works so much better. It doesn't feel like I've got loads of, it doesn't look really cakey under my eyes. I found with some other ones, I just found that it sits straight away into my fine lines under my eyes. I have really bad smile lines, which is like right here. And usually I find that they sit right into that, and it makes me look older than I actually am. This one though, it doesn't. It looks really nice. It's not my favourite. Like I said, this would be one I would keep out of my entire collection, but my favourite, and I think I would want to repurchase it again, just not anytime soon because I've got so many concealers. I want to rebuy the NARS Soft Matte. Now, people would think that I wouldn't like that because obviously it's a matte concealer, but and I even thought that when I was using it, I was thinking, oh, is this the best one? Should I really be trying to use like hydrating ones? I love that. Now I don't have it, I'm like, I want it back in my collection. It just looks so nice under my eyes. I'm just like, I want you back. This one is as good. Like I said, if you're on a budget, because I think the NARS one's like £22, £24, something like that. This one is good. It's creamy. It doesn't settle straight into fine lines. I do feel like I do have to powder under my eyes though, but that's pretty normal with concealer. So yeah, we have that one. And like I said, because I love this, I wanted to try this, and I do like it. I think both of them together just work beautifully, but it's not like my absolute favourite. Now let's go on to eyeshadow. So I chose two palettes, one high-end, one drugstore, high street, just because that's personally what I would do. I love eyeshadow palettes, so this was to me the most toughest category to choose from, along with lip. But let's talk about eyeshadow palettes. So let's talk about the high-end one first. And the one I chose was the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I love this palette. It is like pretty much been one of my favourites for a really long time. It's just got everything that you'll want. It even still smells like chocolate. But like in general, like this is very me in the sense of it's got a lot of kind of more neutral shades. I don't really I shy away from a lot of colours, to be fair. And like this one here, which is, what is it, this one called? Candid Violet. Even that's a bit out there for me, which that should say a lot. But I just love the formula of this. It's just next level. Every time I reach for this, I always forget how much I love it. So that would be my pick for my high-end one. Then for my high street drugstore one, I have fell in love with these palettes so much that I've actually bought them as gifts for people because I think the formula is amazing. I think they have put the price of these up because I could have sworn before that these used to be £4. But I think recently when I checked, I think they've gone up a little bit. But it's the Revolution Reloaded collection. So this one is the neutrals free. So it looks like this. So this is where I'm going to get my neutrals from this one, and then I'm going to get my pinks and my reds from this one, because those are like my two favourite colours when it comes to eyeshadow. This, like I said, it is amazing. It's so nice, it's like buttery, it blends beautifully. I just can't believe that this is a drugstore, high street eyeshadow palette. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't like the packaging. I think it's quite tacky and easily to break, but that's obviously where they're getting their savings from. Shadows are just beautiful. Like I said, I fell in love with it. I've got another one of these now because my best friend got me one at Christmas, but it was a different shade range, of course. But yeah, I just love this one. I just think for the price, it's amazing quality. And of course, so those are my two palette picks. I know quite boring for some people, but this would be exactly what would be in my makeup bag, and these are actually like my holy grails. Like I would always reach for these and be like, wow, love them. Okay, so Next, let's talk about powder. Now, because I have dry skin, I wouldn't say I even have a Holygrail powder, just because I don't actually use that much of it. But if I did have to have one in my makeup bag, which of course I do, out of the collection I've got now, which is only 2, I would just use the Rimmel, is it Lasting Matte? I don't know what it's called, because literally it's like the packaging is gone. But it's just one like this. The only thing that I don't like about this is the fact that when you travel with it, it just doesn't hold up. But for the price point of this, I just think it works really well. I don't apply a lot of powder anyway, I literally just kind of dot it in places with my brush. So to me, I'm not going to want to be spending a lot of money on powder when I don't need it a lot. So to me, this is like the perfect one. It's obvious, it's matte, with it being a matte powder, but it's not matte enough to really make my skin feel really tight or anything like that. That could just be because I don't put a lot of it on. But if I had to choose which one would be in my makeup bag, it would be that one. And like I said, I don't really have a Holygrail powder. Should we get into some bronzers, blushes and highlights? So, bronzers. Now I have quite a few bronzers in my collection that I actually really do love, and this one was kind of tough as well, like, because I've got about at least 2 or 3 that I would say would make it into my makeup bag, but I obviously only had to pick one, and I did decide to pick the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, just because every time I wear this I just think, oh my god, how amazing does my bronzer look. And it smells like coconuts and like being on the beach, and just, it smells amazing. And like I said, this one is in light bronzer, so this is like, I think the lightest one, I'm not sure. I picked this up on Amazon before it was even in the UK. Now it's sold quite a few places actually. I think it's sold in Boots, I think it's sold on For Unique, so you can get your hands on it. And honestly, if I could rant and rave about this one all day, I would. It obviously has a lot of hype on YouTube and everywhere, but there's a reason for it. It is good. Go out and get it. I would honestly recommend that. And that would be, I would say that this would, if I only was allowed this bronzer, I'd be really happy. And it's also really buttery, as the name suggests. So for blush, I have so much blush. But I chose this one just because I do actually think it is really, really nice, and it gives a beautiful flush and just feels really nice on the skin. And I'm going to choose the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop Blusher in Ecstasy. So I got this as a gift a couple of Christmases ago actually from my sister. I wanted to try a blush for ages from Charlotte Tilbury because I've heard nothing but good things about them. And honestly, I really, really like them. I think the formula is really nice. It feels really nice when you put it on your skin, and even when you blend it out a little bit, it just blends beautifully. These are a little bit pricey, but I feel like if you're only going to have one blush, you know, I would treat myself with this, to be fair. Packaging, like, can we just even talk about how absolutely stunning, and it just feels luxury. But yeah, I chose this just because, like I said, when I was looking in my kind of blush collection, this one kind of just caught my eye, and I was like, this one's it. This is the one I would choose, and I would, if I could only have this one in my collection again, I would be really happy. Now, highlight. This one I kind of knew straight off the bat this would be the one that I would choose, just because it is blinding for the price. It is, I've just never seen a highlight look so nice and blinding for a pretty good price. So we're going to talk about it, and it is the Revolution Pro 4K highlighting palette in rose gold. So it looks like this. So of course with Revolution it's like a dupe of the Huda Beauty palette, but I just can't even describe. Let me see if I can try and, like, just look. Just look at that. I just can't. I can't get over how amazing this is. It just is so blinding. It's really nice on the skin. It doesn't accentuate any texture because I have quite enlarged pores. It doesn't accentuate any of that. For the price of this, I just think it is an absolute steal. And like I said, you also get 4 shades. So I use these 3. This one is a little bit dark for me, I would say, But these three I can definitely use, and as you can see, I've had this for a bit, but you wouldn't even see that much that I've used a lot of it. Obviously it's got a little bit of indentation and stuff in it, but I've also bought these gifts as well because I just think it's amazing. Like, look at that, just look, I just can't get over it. And to me this is a holy grail for me, and this would be definitely one that I would just be picking out and using it. Also, just a quick note, I don't know if you can see it, so I'm going to put it in. If you can see my tongue and it's yellow, it's because I've just had my lunch. I just thought I'd better add that in and you don't think there's something wrong. Okay, let's talk brows. Now, I have found a brow product that actually really works for me, and it was from a Look Fantastic box actually, and it's from a brand that usually gets quite bad rep really, but I fell in love with it. I bought this product full price, and it is the Ico brow gel. Now, I really only got into brows doing my makeup really about a year ago, because I used to hate my brows. I used to think they used to be so bushy and I just hated accentuating them. But I've got a little bit more into it. I've tried to tame my brows. But this Ico brow gel is just amazing. It is amazing. It's just got the thing like this. And I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm like out of it. I'm like having to do this now just to get the product onto it. But I do have a full size of this. I did buy a full size of this. Like I said, Ico, I think he's seen quite a lot in subscription boxes, and the mascaras to me aren't worth it. I don't think they're anything great, but this brow gel I absolutely love, and like I said, this will be actually my only brow gel going forward that I will most probably buy. I do want to try like some other ones like Benefit, but to me I just feel like this is amazing. Let me just show you the full size of this. Look at the size of that. I just think how much money you pay for it. I'll put the price of the full price of this as well, and I'll also put this little size one as well. But this would be what I would choose. It just fills in your brows beautifully, makes it look really natural. Obviously I'm wearing it today. I don't like really super defined brows. That's why I don't really like pencils that much. But brow gel, this is the winner for me. Let's talk about mascara. Now, at the minute I'm on literally a hunt to try and find a mascara that doesn't transfer onto the bottom of my eyes, because every single mascara I've tried recently has done that, and it's really frustrating. I don't know whether it's maybe the combination of the mascara and concealer I'm using, I don't know, but I don't want to look like a panda, especially when we're all going to be starting going back to work again soon. I don't want to look like a panda, to be honest. But the one that's in my collection at the minute, which I do think is the better out for both of them, is the Benefit Bad Girl Bang mascara. Now, I usually really like Benefit mascaras. I love the Roller Lash one, it's one of my favourites, along with Too Faced Better Than Sex. But this one, it's nice. I'm wearing it today, but it still transfers from the bottom. And to me, it's just, you're paying quite a bit of money for this, and for it to transfer on the bottom of your eyes it's really infuriating. There is a drugstore one that I would prefer to use, and I'm pretty sure it's by L'Oreal. I think it's called Miss Manga. I'll see if I can try and put a picture of it on the screen. But I think I would prefer to have that one. But with that's currently in my collection, this would be the one I would choose. Like I said, it's okay. It does make your eyelashes look a little bit longer. I have really small eyelashes, so any kind of sort of lengthening and volume really helps me. Yeah, so that's kind of the one that I would choose, but it's not my Holy Grail product. Like I said, the Holy Grail one I think would actually be the L'Oreal one, but I need to retry it again just to kind of see, just to make sure it definitely would be. I'm going to quickly mention the setting spray. Now, I don't even think going forward I'm even going to purchase setting sprays, just because I don't see any difference in the longevity of my makeup when I use it. I'm just going to give this one a mention. I've got two in my collection at the minute. I've got this one, and I've also got the Urban Decay one, which is the Urban Decay All Nighter. I'd want to give this one a quick mention just because it's the cheapest out of them both, and I feel like if you're going to go for one, I want to recommend one that is a bit more affordable. So I recommend this one. this one's for normal to dry skin. I'm just going to spray it now. I think I meant to put that much on, I don't know. But it's just, it obviously is a hydrating mist and it just feels really nice when you put it on your skin. But again, like with setting sprays, even the Ebony All Nighter one, I'm not actually seeing any sort of like longevity in my makeup. I don't know. Is that just me? I don't know. But please tell me below if you kind of feel the same thing, or am I doing something wrong? I don't know. But I just want to recommend this one because I would most probably say that I would have this one over the Ebony All Nighter one just because of the price point really. But yeah, so that would be the one I would choose. On to lips. So lips again was like kind of a pick two. One's a lipstick and one's a liquid lip. And the lipstick that I chose was a MAC lipstick in Brave. This one is my absolute favourite lipstick of all time. I just absolutely love this one. I think it's creamy, it's really nice. It doesn't last very long, so you do have to reapply it, but I found that pretty much with every lipstick really. Every like kind of bullet lipstick, but this colour for me is just perfect for my skin tone. I just think it looks really, really nice, and like I said, I have pretty much used a lot of it, and this will be definitely one that I'll mostly bring out more towards the end of the year, like now and winter. I just love this one. I just think it's really, really nice. But because I picked more of a kind of berry mauvey colour, I had to have a red in my collection, like if it was in my makeup bag, because I love a red lip. It's one of my favourites. So I actually opted for a formula that I absolutely adore. I will rave about this product as well all the time, and it is the Sleek Matte Me liquid lip, and this one is in STFU. I have another red one now as well, which is in Rioja red, I think that's how you pronounce it. But I would get this one just because this one is the full size one. And these are so cheap. These are, I believe, this is the full size one and I believe these are $4.99. And they last all day. I'm not even joking when I tell you, they last. I've eaten my lunch, I've had my breakfast, I've had my lunch, and kind of by tea, after I've eaten that, you might need to reapply it. But I would have also been drinking throughout the day as well, and it still lasts. So to me, this is like, hell yeah, I'm going to be using this and taking this. Like I said, I really need a red lip in my collection just because I love red lips. So because I chose this one here, I would have definitely, I saw this and was like, this is the one. I kind of want to cover all eventualities, if you know what I mean. This one's more of a day. I would do this in the day though, to be fair, but you could then transition into night with this one. I just think these would definitely be the two that I would class as my holy grails, but also ones I would want in my makeup bag. So that is everything. I have kind of gone through all of my stuff that I have chosen. Like I said, it wasn't easy. It's not easy when you have pretty much 5 drawers full of makeup, but when I properly sat down and thought about it, I thought those were the products that I would definitely choose. Something in my collection that isn't my favourite. Like I said, I kind of mentioned the ones that I would most probably have, but I tried to use stuff that was in my collection. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. If there's any products here that I've mentioned that you also like or you've tried, like please let me know in the comments. We can have a little conversation about it. Like I said, all of these products, I would be really happy using them every day on my face. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe. Please interact with me in the comments because I just love speaking to everybody. And until next time, see you later, everyone.